Hello, and welcome to an exclusive episode of The Observers.
Hello, fellow TESOL students. My name is Matthew.
I'm Tanisha.
And I'm Denise.
And today, we will be sharing with you our exclusive observations at the English School of Canada.
We're all currently students in the TESOL program at York University.
And we want to share our experiences with you in this exclusive episode.
Which teaching style do you find most aligns with your own pedagogical approach?
I would have to say that Lisa Romaine's style was one that really stuck with me just because she was so casual and humorous. I feel like that resonated with my personality a lot. So I feel like that's really an approach that I could take with me into the classroom.
I agree with your statement about Lisa Romaine's casual approach and humorous movements when she was teaching. I think it made the lesson content very easy for the students to understand as well. I also liked Helen Mitchell's approach that was more based off of an actual syllabus that they had, and I liked that it had more structure.
I liked a bit of each teacher's teaching style. I feel the teachers for each level did a really great job geared to the level of the students in the classroom, but I noticed in Sarah's intermediate class, she had more explanation. She was like drawing pictures on the whiteboard and for them to understand what they were reading.
So Matthew, I know that you had the opportunity to interview some students too. How did that go?
It went great. I actually interviewed 4 students who are currently enrolled at the English School of Canada. They shared how they discovered the school. They also shared the current courses they're enrolled in, and they shared a lot more too. Let's take a look at that video. Okay, thank you so much for being here, and I value your time doing this interview. For my first question, I would like to ask you guys, how did you first learn about the English School of Canada here in Toronto?
Found an agent in Japan, and then the agent recommended this school to me.
Nice.
My Japanese agent recommended ESC.
Same as me. Same as them.
What are your primary goals and expectations for your experience here at the English School of Canada?
I will go to college, so I have to improve my English skill. So in my class, I'm learning reading, speaking, and writing.
My goal is to graduate from this school and to enter the college. So right now I wanted to practice more conversation skills.
To my last question, how do you envision applying the skills and knowledge gained from your experience and classes here at the English School of Canada?
I want to work in Toronto and make use of it in Japan.
I want to apply the job for flight attendant. So the communication ability is I think it's very important. I have to improve my English.
Well, thank you so much for being in this interview. I value your time greatly, and I wish you guys the best of luck in your future endeavors.
Thank you.
Were there any valuable strategies or techniques that you picked up during your observation that you plan to incorporate in your future endeavors?
For each class, they used different types of activities, whether it was a whole class activity or they also used pair work, and they had individual work to take home with them. And that was for like the larger classes and the smaller classes too. So that's definitely something I would incorporate into my own teaching, because you never know what size of class you're going to get.
Oh yeah, I definitely agree. Like, you could see it in Sarah Kazumi's class where because the focus was on writing, a lot of the work that she implemented in class were writing focused, like fill in the blanks or group or paired work. And you could also see that in Helen's class where most of the activities done were practicing their speech because it was a focus on speaking. I think I would implement Lisa Romaine's way of breaking down complex vocabulary in like simpler words, and also relating it or asking students to put in their personal experience with any vocabulary that might relate to their own.
For example, in Helen's focus on speaking class, when a student couldn't really give a full sentence answer and it was an intermediate class, she would actually ask that student more open-end questions. So I heard you guys had the pleasure of interviewing 2 of the teachers at the English School of Canada. Can you tell me more about that?
Yes, we got the chance to interview Lisa Romaine.
And Helen Mitchell.
They gave us some great insights, and you'll see it in the following interview.
I'm a people person fundamentally, so I just love getting to know new people and exploring different cultures, and just knowing that I'm helping them achieve their goals, their personal and professional goals, by teaching them English really fulfills me. So it's really just working with the students and getting to know them.
I think the biggest thing is nothing comes easy, right? They have to be able to take criticism and recognize when criticism is constructive and not to take it personally, and to understand how they have to take feedback and they have to apply feedback, because that's the one thing. Many of them look at the number that they get and they don't recognize, okay, yes, there's a number, you might not like the number, but did you read the reasons why you got that number? Quality is important. It's not just about doing something, it's about how you're doing it, and are you doing it really and truly to the best of your abilities.
Don't lose sight of what made you want to be a teacher. Over the years, you may or may not come to feel a little bit tired, but it's a hard job, right? You invest so much of your time, energy, thoughts, heart, even into teaching, and especially the program I teach is quite intensive, so there's a lot of marking and things like that, and I've gone through some moments where I kind of reflect and think, oh, this is so hard, you know, why am I doing this, or whatever it is, but I always remember that this is something I chose, and it's something that reflects who I am at a very deep level. My advice is just keep the passion alive. Remind yourself that you love teaching, that you want to be a teacher.
I like to see the progress of my students, because when they come in, they have very little, or they're in very weak states. Some of them come in strong, but many of them are weak. They lack confidence in their abilities, and by the time we're done in 3 months, it's amazing to see how well they progress. So I like to see their progression, and I like to see their confidence building month to month.
Thank you for watching.